Just because I accidentally slip and say your name, when I hear a song it makes me insecure. Just because I know I'll never ever feel the same doesn't mean I love you anymore.
Hello, beautiful souls. Not sure if you could hear me over that music. I'm coming on today to talk about something that I've been wanting to talk about for a while. I've been mentioning it to people, and that's about different ways to ground your energy. Okay, so I think a lot of people are starting to hear about grounding and what that is. There's different ways to do it. I have a little list here, so if you see me looking off the side or down, it's because I'm just trying to keep my notes so that I can get to all the different ways that I wanted to talk about. Some of these you may have heard of, some of them you may not. If you stay tuned till the end of the video, I'm probably going to go off the live and do another video with a grounding meditation. So you're welcome to pop back on for that, or I want to have it separate so that I can go back to it, or anyone can go back to it and listen to it whenever they need to. So grounding, if you have anxiety, depression, PTSD, chronic widespread pain, that includes autoimmune disorders, fibromyalgia, that kind of thing, migraines, monkey brain, where your mind is all over the place, ADHD, anything where you are feeling unbalanced, okay? This is for you. This is going to help. Grounding was pivotal for me in my journey becoming more balanced and learning how to deal with all of these outside forces and energies and that kind of thing. So let's see. So grounding is actually like taking your energy and it's pulling it down and grounding it into the earth, okay? So a lot of it is done with imagery, but other ways can be physical. So I'm going to go through all of them, or as many as I can think of that I've been writing down for a while. And when you have anxiety and you have like depression and you're not feeling like in your body, so you're kind of like all over the place, you're like anxious and you're nervous and your mind is moving and you can't center. That's the whole reason for the word center. You need to balance and come to your center, okay? So some of these incorporate all the senses, so I want you to find what works for you, what resonates for you. I do them all. I've done them all. Sometimes I still do them. I tweak them a little bit, whatever, I feel like is going to help me. So one of the biggest things probably people have heard about is going outside and walking barefoot. I know there's been like some studies done on that and things done on YouTube or Facebook that talk about walking barefoot outside. Okay, so if you live in a climate where I do right now, then you know that it's snowy and it's freezing balls and you cannot go outside barefoot. Like, I don't even want to go outside at all, not even to get to my car. So, but in the summer months, or if you're in a warmer climate, going outside, taking off your shoes and socks, putting your feet down into the ground, sand, if you have sand, is awesome. Just having that connection, and it's like almost an intimate connection with the earth, is feeling the energy, and it's able to ground your body down into the earth, okay? So from an energetic standpoint, from my background with Reiki and energy healing and all of that, what you're doing is actually transferring your energy into the earth, and the earth is able to like take that energy and rework it. So I use the word transmute a lot. So transmuting is taking something and changing it into something else. And so this is taking that energy that you don't need, that's excess energy, right? You're jumping all over the place, monkey brain, all this stuff. You're palpitating, you're sweaty because you're starting to go into a panic. You're actually going outside of your body. So you're not like grounding yourself into your physical body when you're feeling like this. You're everywhere but. Sometimes people describe it as like being in a glass box and looking out, or in a bubble. You're just not connected to people, okay? This is going to help you connect back into your physical body. Same with PTSD. You're like out into a different memory. You go back into a different memory. So that's the first one. The second one is actually hugging a tree. So you hear about the tree huggers and all the hippies and that kind of thing, but I have tried this and it actually worked for me, okay? And I think anything that you do with intent, with intention, and with some physicality behind it is a step in the right direction. If you are doing something that moves you forward, okay, in a different direction than the one that you're in. So you're standing in panic, you're freaking out, you're like monkey brain, the whole thing. If you're able to like move through that, actually physically go and do something and take your mind into that space, you're going to be grounding that energy. You're going to be able to come back into your body. And I'm talking a lot about anxiety because I feel like people that have anxiety have a really hard time grounding. They're kind of up in their clouds, they're moving all around, they've got so much stuff going on in their brains. So hugging a tree is actually like exchanging that energy with the tree. And think about it, it's so big, so it has like all this excess energy. If it's able to like give us oxygen and stuff, there's obviously things going on in that tree that can give you energy, and it's able to, the physicality of it, hugging it, is just going to bring you to that space where you need to center yourself for a moment, okay? So that's another one. And these are all more like physical ones that I'm talking about right now. They're all kind of physical and energetic, and it's hard for me to break them apart. So I'm just going to keep going with my list. I think there's about 10 or 12. Another one is crystals. So you hear of people using worry stones, and I have a couple of crystals here, and you can get them at any metaphysical shop. Woo! Obsidian is a really good one. It's made from lava stone. Lava is good too, but obsidian is like a more what's the word? Pressurized form of lava. So a lot of people use lava stones. Hematite, which is a magnet. Lots of people have used magnets. You've heard of people using magnets for pain, which it does help because it's grounding your energy. Think about it. It's a magnet. It's pulling that energy down, right? Hi, Pamela. Nice to see you. Thanks for coming in. So another thing this is one that I personally do a lot because I work with energy so much, and it is, I'm so sensitive to it. And the last few days have been really strong energy for me. The Schumann resonance, if anybody knows what that is, that's the energy of the earth. They can measure that. It's been off the charts. I am affected by it whenever it goes up or down, the new moons, that kind of thing. So what I do is I go into like, I guess, prayer position on the ground, or what do they call it? I can't remember what it's called in yoga, but I sit on my knees and put my forehead to the ground, okay? And you can also do this like as a headstand or a handstand, and what it does is it brings the blood to your head, and it doesn't feel comfortable at first, but go with it. And I always talk about that, going with the uncomfortable, like push yourself to go with that uncomfortable. I don't like the feeling of it, but as soon as I feel that blood rush to my head. Hi, Sarah. Thanks for coming. Hi, Cindy. We're talking about grounding today. Yay. Baby pose? Yeah, it's like child. Thank you, Pamela. It's child pose. Yeah. So child pose or infant pose, baby pose, whatever you want to call it. So you go on the ground, and I can put my arms behind me, but I usually make sure my forehead is on the ground. You feel that energy, and you feel that rushing of blood to your, to your head, and then you feel the release, okay? And that's why doing handstands and headstands and like those inverted machines in the gyms or whatever, they say have been proven to help with like depression and anxiety. And it's really because it's bringing that blood back to your head. So think about it. When you are like, excuse me, when you're gonna faint, what's the first thing the doctors tell you to do? Put your heads between your legs, right? Because you are losing all that blood. It's like going down, and you need to get it back up to your head. That's the same thing, but it's grounding, because you're you're so like far out with the anxiety and the PTSD and the ADHD, monkey brain, whatever you want to call it, that you're not in your physical body. You're not feeling your physical body. So you're kind of like losing yourself out into the universe is how I say it. So that's my biggest one right now, and I use that a lot, especially, like I said, when these energies are so strong, it's really hard for me to get back into my body. So here's the next one, breathing. Breathing, 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 breathing. I talk about this all the time. It's so essential. When you are having anxiety, when you're in a panic attack, when you are feeling PTSD memories coming back, when you are thinking of 5,000 things that you have to do in your day, what are you not doing? You're not concentrating on your breath. Okay, obviously none of us concentrate on our breath on a all day long basis, but think of what your body does when you're in that anxiety state of mind. You're holding yourself. You're holding your breath. I catch myself doing it all the time. Like, oh my gosh, I'm holding my breath. I have my Breathe app. I've talked about it before. Sarah Smile has a Calm app that she's put on the Facebook page. I appreciate that. That reminds you to breathe. It's just like an alarm on your phone that reminds you to breathe. But if you can do that in that space when you're feeling that anxiety, try to remember to breathe, okay? Deep, deep breath in, okay? Do it as many times as you need. Release that as many times as you need to do it to come back into your body. So this is all about grounding yourself back into your body, okay? Grounding, grounding, grounding. If you stay tuned to the end, whoever's just tuning in didn't see the beginning, I'm going to hop off of here, start another live, and do a grounding meditation so that it's separate from this video so that you can come back to it and do it whenever you need to. Okay, so another great way to ground is using cold or heat. Okay, so if you're in that feeling of anxiety, you're not feeling centered, you're just having monkey mind, I use that a lot, ice on the back of your neck, on your forehead, on your chest. My hands are always cold, so if I see that I'm just kind of not balanced, I'll just put my hands on my chest or my temples. You can use your bottle of water, ice pack, whatever you need. Heat works as well. That's shocking you back into your body, okay? So when you use something physical like this, when you're using like a cold or a heat, cold especially, cold's going to shock you back into your body. So if your mind is out here and you're starting a panic attack or you're just super anxious, you can't calm yourself down. Breathing, cold, it's going to shock you back into your body. You're going to feel that energetic pull back into your body, okay? It's so simple, but nobody thinks to do it. And when you're in the middle of that panic state, you're only thinking about, you're right up here in your mind, right? You're like moving and you're like, oh my gosh, this is what's going to happen. This is how my body feels. It feels terrible. I'm afraid. I need to run. I need to get out of here. Whatever your body's telling you when you're in that panic state of mind, take that breath, okay? And it's practice, guys. I mean, it took me a while to get in the habit of thinking when I'm in that moment, being aware and going, oh, I'm not grounded right now. Like, I'm feeling shaky, I'm feeling dizzy, I'm feeling heart palpitations, my stomach is clenching, I'm having butterflies. Whatever it is that feels for you in your body when you're having that, you need to ground, okay? Heat. Like, I have heated seat warmers in my car. Love, 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 love them. And I realized the other day when I was driving, I wasn't so grounded, and all of a sudden my seats turned on, and I was like, and I just felt that release. So I knew it grounded me back into my body. Hi, Heidi. Thanks for joining. Exercise. Exercise is huge, okay? Anything that you can physically move that energy through your body, and I've talked about this before. It's retraining your brain. It's physically telling your energy to come back into your physical body. Jumping jacks. I did them yesterday. This works for when you're really angry, too. If you're having a lot of anger and you don't know where to go with it and it's just kind of spilling over, do some freaking jumping jacks. I was mad at my kids yesterday. I was doing jumping jacks like I was a crazy person. But I felt so much better. Run in place if you can't go out. Again, do the headstand, the handstand, whatever you can do, the child's pose. Get that blood back up into your brain, okay? Okay, there's sensory, any kind of sensory, the fidgets that they have. Oh, I don't have my thing that... Anyways, you could do the little fidget spinners, the crystals work as fidgets. You know, they're the worry stones. You can move them back and forth in your hands. Something that's taking your mind off of it, okay? You can do this. Anything that's getting you back into your physical body, because grounding is being in your physical body. When you're anxious, when you're not grounded, you are in a different energetic state of mind, right? So you're not grounded. Let's see. Okay, so weighted blanket or heated blanket. Weighted blankets are so popular right now for kids that have Asperger's, autism disorder, ADHD, all of these different things. And it's because it's weighted, it's grounding them, okay? When these kids or adults or people that suffer from anxiety, when they're constantly outside of their bodies, right? They're energetically outside of their bodies. They're not comfortable in their physical body. The weighted blanket grounds them down, physically grounds them down, and it makes them feel safe and secure. Now, I'm going to bring you to some Reiki stuff, some energy healing stuff. When you aren't grounded, when you are outside of your body, this is something that Reiki can do for you as well. It can bring you back into your body. There's exercises and there's things that I do to work with people to actually move that energy down into their body. A lot of times it has to do with their root chakra is blocked. So working with the root chakra and opening that, able to activate, balance, and cleanse that is really helpful. But it's usually a sense of security, safety, financial stability. Those are all things where people will kind of tend to not be grounded, where they're feeling those things emotionally. And then think about that with the anxiety. When you're anxious, you don't feel stable, you don't feel supported, you don't feel safe, right? I'm speaking from experience because I've suffered with panic attacks like most of my life. I was on medication for most of my life. Doing all of these things, grounding exercises, meditation, Reiki, energy healing, I've gotten all of my medications. I've lost tons of weight. I'm healthy, I'm centered, I'm balanced, and I'm able to like move through my life more smoothly on more of like a flow instead of like this roller coaster where I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna have a panic attack because I woke up this morning and my mind is going crazy right now and I can't balance myself in my body. So if you guys can practice these things, I do them on the daily. I do them all day long because I am one of those people that I just need extra grounding. I'm just one of those people, okay? Some of us just come in extra sensitive, and a lot of us that deal with anxiety and that kind of thing are empathic, and you're going to have more issues grounding yourself into your body. Hi, Mike. Thanks for joining. We're talking about grounding. Yay. Okay, so I'm getting to I think a couple of my last things. Another way to ground is if you're in the middle of, feeling ungrounded, feeling anxious, all of those things, you start pointing out your surroundings. So right now I'm in my room, so I'm going to point out, okay, I have my lamp in front of me. It's red, it's square. My phone is here. It's fuzzy. I always have a sensory thing on my phone because I like to do the sensory touch stuff. I'm sitting on my bed. My bedspread is brown. Whatever you need to do. If you're in your car, this is my steering wheel. That's the clock. It says 1:11. This is whatever you need to do. Okay, and that's physically pulling your energy back into your body. I was thinking of something when I was saying that I wanted to say as well. Pointing out things in your surroundings. I can't remember. It'll come back. Or it won't. It's all good. Okay, and then the last thing, which is visualizing the energy flow, okay? So I'm going to pop off in a minute, and I'm going to do this live video again with a grounding exercise for you. But this one I use all the time, and it's just guided imagery on bringing your energy through your body systems, okay? So through your chakras and grounding that energy down into the ground, the actual ground. So you're going to actually envision that energy grounding itself into the ground. And that's the easiest one for me to do because you can do it wherever you're at. If you're at the grocery store and you're feeling anxious, and I want you guys to go back to the video about anxiety if you haven't watched that yet. So you're at the grocery store and you're just like picking out your cereal, and all of a sudden you like feel that pit in your stomach and you feel like you're gonna have a panic attack. That's not your shit, guys. That is not your shit. If you're sitting there and you're fine and you're picking out your cereal and you're like, oh, Lucky Charms, yum, and all of a sudden you feel sick to your stomach and you're like gonna have a panic attack, That's not your energy. That's somebody else's energy around you that you're picking up on, okay? So, not mine. It's not mine. Say it's not mine. Put up your energy shields, and I can show you how to do that. That's protection stuff. Ground your energy down. Push it out. It's not yours. You're going to feel 100% better, I'm telling you. That was my biggest number one thing about getting over my anxiety and my panic attacks, was realizing that most of this energy, 99% of it, was not mine, okay? The more you do this, the more you practice, the more you retrain your brain, the more you're going to be able to do it without having to think about it, okay? Awareness is the key. That's the first thing that you have to get to, is, you know, doing it enough, the practice part, to be aware that I need to do this, okay? Oh my gosh, I'm starting to feel bad. I need to do one of these things, okay? I will try to write a list out and just, you know, bullet point it too, so you can kind of go through and pick the ones that you think you'll resonate with, so you're not having to go back and watch this video 100 times, or if you can't remember, didn't take notes, blah, 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 whatever. Okay, so I'm gonna do the breathing in the next video, and a grounding meditation, and an energy transmission, a light healing. I think I'm gonna start doing those a little bit more often, where I'm just gonna pop in for like 5 minutes from time to time. I'm gonna try to do them once a week or twice a week, where I'm just sending out energy healing to you guys, okay? So with Reiki and energy healing, it does not have to be in person. It can be long distance. It is very, very powerful long distance. I've done sessions long distance before, and they have knocked my socks off and my clients' socks off. So if that's something that you're interested in, of course, get in contact with me. I also am doing the empowerment coaching. I do oracle card readings. I've expanded now. I'm going to be doing energy healings and readings at Namaste here in Medina. So if you guys are local, I'll be there on certain days, and I'll post my schedule there. If there's anything that you need, if you need help on this journey, any guidance or healing, please reach out to me. I'm going to be working also on hopefully a website, and putting up a menu of prices, so it is a little bit easier to see what I do and how much and all of that lovely stuff. So if you guys want to, stay tuned. I'm going to pop off of here, start another video. If you don't have time, come back and watch that grounding video whenever you need to. You can watch it 100 million times. It's just going to be that meditation that's going to help ground you, and you don't have to do the whole meditation all day long, but you can do the actual like energy part of it, where you're grounding your energy and you're visually seeing you do that. So that helps pull your energy down. Okay, if there's not any questions in this video, I'm gonna pop off. Oh, thank you, Sarah. I'm so proud of you. Miss Sarah Smile has been amazing. Her growth, I feel like the proudest person just watching her growth has been so cool. All of you guys are awesome on the group. I love you all. I'm so thankful for you. Please keep posting, reaching out to each other. If there's any questions or comments, please feel free to message me. Don't feel afraid that I'm gonna think you're funny or silly or whatever. But all right. No questions? I'm going to pop off, and I'll pop back on in about 5. All right. Love you all.